Not very much amateur experience, probably 20 fights. Small guy, 6'2", 224 pounds. His key element is his movement, and moving away from a big fighter like him is a no-go area. He had no punch. He had like 10 knockouts out of 17 or 18 wins. Very inexperienced and very small. No belief in his own ability. He was going there to get paid. Listen, a guy comes from nothing with no money and he's getting $2 million. Of course he's going to say that. Right, skip him. Let's go to Kabrat Pulev. Another guy, 6'4", from Bulgaria with no money and nothing. Yeah, comes into a world heavyweight title fight, stands in the ring like that there. Some big, stiff, stupid European fighter, and stood in front of a man who could knock a wall down, and boom. Right, let's go again. Alexander Povetkin, another 6'2" Olympic gold medalist, but one-dimensional. Look, people who's tall can give, even shit tall people can give Alexander Povetkin a good fight. You know, he comes forward with his hands up round his face and he swings big ups. All you got to do is lean back like that there, and it gives him a problem. Small guy. Listen, let's go back before that. You've got other Americans, Jameel McCline, other big, tall guys who was a mover but didn't really have any heart and was knackered after 6 rounds. Most American fighters are all gassed after 5 or 6 rounds, and then they sort of get lent on for a bit, and then the legs go and they get knocked out late on. Most European fighters can't fight anyway. They're all stiff dummies. And the British ones, well, you know, if we really had from Britain to challenge Klitschko, David A had to go, didn't he? And he felt one right hand and he shit himself and run around the ring and didn't even try and win. Barring that, he hasn't fought anybody. Big Corey Sanders, the big South African, who take him past 4 rounds and he's breathing out of his ass because he's a professional golf player and he wasn't even a good boxer, knocked him out because he got stuck into him and he believed he could win. Journeyman, when he was at my stage of his career, he fought a guy called Ross Purity, complete journeyman, knocked him out. Lemon Brewster, knocked him out. You know, the list goes on. Chris Bird, give him problems because he moves and he's a southpaw. Non-puncher, small guy. The list goes on. Elvin Castello, Cuban cruiserweight. I could just keep naming these guys forever. You know, he fought 25 bums before he even started. He's had carefully selected opponents throughout his full career. He's been steered away from tall, aggressive guys. Tony Thompson, bit of a lazy fighter. We all know him because he knocked out the plumber from Liverpool. You know, an old guy who's slow. And he gave him all the problems in the world. Watch the 2 fights. Before Wladimir detonated off on him, give him big problems. And if anyone says, I don't know boxing, they're in deep, deep trouble. And the trouble is, when Wladimir Klitschko comes here, thinking he can nick a point decision in front of all these Germans, well, he's in for a shock.